So here's another great arm stretch and a chest opener, which is called the Indian Goddess. And for this one, again, we're balanced on the floor. We're coming up lightly from those feet, the head resting on top of the spine, the whole space there around us. And we're asking the inside of the upper arms, here this whole area, to soften away from each other, to melt, so that there can be a lengthening through the arm, through the elbow, through the wrist, through to the fingers, and lengthening through to the tips of the little fingers, the ring fingers, the middle fingers, the index fingers, and the thumbs. And those thumbs are going to rotate around the little fingers so that we have an opening of the palms forward while the arms are still lengthening away from the shoulders. And then those fingertips are going to be invited to come forwards, away from the elbows, away from the lower back, until the arms are sort of resting here in front of us. And then the fingertips are going to be invited to spread out to the sides. And in this spreading out to the sides, we're opening up the whole front of the chest, and we're asking for an opening across the back as well, so that we don't squeeze and narrow the back to do this, but there is an opening of the front and the back at the same time, while the arms are rotating out like this. And then the fingertips are softening away from each other. So the left one's going all the way to the left, the right one's going all the way to the right. And again, softening. So we're not pushing or pulling through, we're just softening those away from each other as far as is comfortable. And from there, we can release them again, for example, as if swimming up to the ceiling. We're swimming up to the ceiling, the arms go down, but we go up. And there's a nice variation of this one, which has some rotations. And to do this one again, we have the lengthening through the arms, softening the inside of the upper arms, rotating of the thumbs around the little fingers, and the fingertips invited to come forwards away from the elbows, away from the lower back. The fingers softening away from each other, spreading across the front of the trunk, spreading across the back, spreading between the shoulder blades. And then the fingertips spreading away from each other, softening away. So if there's anything stretching, pulling, you just stop. You say, wouldn't it be nice if I could just get a little more softening, a little more opening through those arms? And then once we're there, we're going to look at the fingers of the left hand. And then with the fingers of the left hand, we're going to turn to face backwards. So we're facing backwards, but we're still balanced on both feet, still on the floor, we're still coming up. And from there, we're looking at the right hand. And this time with the right hand, turning around again to face backwards. Still the weight spreading over both feet. And we're looking at the left hand again. Here it's important to avoid pulling and narrowing the back. So there's that opening across the back and across the front. It's nice to notice here if your breathing is happening with the arms in a sense. You can almost breathe into those arms so that you're not blocking the breathing with this arm position. And then 1, 2, and 3, you're releasing the arms to rest by your sides again. So this one is the Indian Goddess, a great stretch opener for the arms, for the chest. And also with those rotations for releasing those spirals across the trunk. The Indian Goddess.